Hello everyone. Today I want to show you how to configure the disk encryption through BitLocker using the Microsoft Intune. So first thing we need to enroll the computer to Microsoft Identity and Intune. After that, the device will show, in the Microsoft Intune. If you go to all devices and then devices, Windows, we see the computers showing here in the list. Next one, we can create a group. I just create a group in the master Intune, like, just go to all groups. I just put a BitLocker enable group, and then, we can add the computer to the group. For example, we add a computer, like a Windows 10 Peter. I add the computer to the group. The next one is to set up the BitLocker encryption. We need to go to devices again. We go to the endpoint security, and then in the endpoint security, we go to disk encryption. So I have created, test to BitLocker encryption. In order to set up the new policy, we can just click create a policy and select, Windows. And then because we want to use BitLocker, we just select BitLocker. That's what I did. So if I go to the policy I created, so if I go there, I just in the assignment, assigned to the security group, I created before BitLocker enable group. Click next, save. Then the configuration settings. If I click configuration settings, in the BitLocker, we needed to enable the required device encryption to be enabled, and then allow only for other disk encryption to be disabled. This one set as disabled, and also allow standard user encryption to be disabled. Then we go to the next setting. In the BitLocker drive encryption, we set choose drive encryption method to be enabled and use this, method. This XTS-AS 1 to 8 bit. This is the default setting, and select all the default. And then in the operating system drive, if I go to this setting, because we want to encrypt the system drive for the computer, we set this one, enable drive encryption type on operating system drive to be enabled, and also the encryption type to be fully encryption. And we need to select this one, require additional authentication at startup enabled. And then we don't allow the startup key. Set this one to be, do not allow startup key and pin with TPM. And then also this one, configure TPM startup key, do not allow. Configure, TPM startup pin, do not allow. And this one, configure TPM startup allow TPM. So that's all I configure for the system, drive. And then in the fixed data drive, just the other drives, except the system drive, I also enable the, encryption, enable and also set for encryption. So, and then I click next. Then if I go to the settings, that's all I set up. And this one, and click save. So if I go back to the configuration settings, so the removable disk drive, I did not, I set a note configured because we don't want to encrypt the USB drive. I just don't that not configured. So that's one. And then we assign the security group to to apply the policy, and we add the computer to the security group. After that, when we start when we the computer connects to internet and we start the computer, even we can go there, we can go to all devices and go to the device window. For example, Windows 10 Peter, that's what I said before. Just add go to Google. It's Windows 10 Peter. So we can add other computer, like test the intune to the group. Yeah. Then go to device, Windows, test the intune, the test intune. Then we can just, sync the, when we click sync, it will sync the policy to the computer and the computer will do the encryption, we log into the computer. That's what I did, to set up to encrypt the disk through the bitlocker. So after we encrypt it done, we can go to the recovery key, and it will show the recovery key for the bitlocker in case we need to recover the disk through the by using the recovery key. This one is we're showing after the encrypt is done. That's what I show you today. Thank you.